Let's do this. Let's talk about my fighter spotlight of the week. And this week, this person definitely deserves it. I've been talking about them, but kind of dismissive because of how big of a favorite they were, and they were fighting someone that we've seen time and time again wilt late in fights. And yes, they did wilt late in this fight yet again. Joshuavan. Joshua the Fearless Van is my fighter spotlight of the week. Joshuavan wins by TKO in round 3, 4 minutes and 1 second. And we've come to know him as a flyweight decision fighter, if we're being honest. A fighter that'll win you a decision most of the time. Edgar Shirez, Cody Durden, Ray Saruya. But we also know him as a fighter with some hands that can finish you. Felipe Boone. Joshua the Fearless Van. Burmese and American fighter. Trains out of the 4-ounce Fight Club since 2021 till now. Fighting out of Houston, Texas. He's been fighting since he was 17. Okay. He always had a love for fighting. He was born in Van Bao Tang in Hakka, Chin State, Myanmar, to a family of 5 siblings. Due to the SPDC junta in Myanmar, his family relocated to Malaysia when he was 10 years old, in search of better opportunities. At age 12, Van and his family moved to Houston, Texas. He started his amateur career in 2020. 2 wins by knockout, 2 wins by decision. Okay. He's 23 years old, born October 10th, 2001, 3 days before me. He's a Libra. Shout out to Joshua Van. 5'5" flyweight with a 65-inch reach. He's 14-2, 7 KOs, 2 subs. And he aims to make a run at the top of the UFC Flyweight division. And he might be the answer to Flyweight. I mean, looking at Flyweight now, there's not a lot of people that make me go, oh, shit, I'd love to see them fight right now. There's 3 guys for me that do that. It's Manel Kape, Kai Kara France, and Brandon Royval. Brandon Moreno is a great fighter, but I prepare myself for a decision when he fights. No offense to him. I just do. Okay? For Joshua Van, he comes in there to get a finish. He comes in there to put some hands on you. And yeah, a lot of times it's going to be a really tough fighter that's going to stand in there and take his shots. But sometimes you get yourself a Felipe, you get yourself a Bruno, and you take these motherfuckers the fuck out. All right? Shout out to Joshua Van. Shout out to Joshua Van, my guy. Okay? He made his professional MMA debut in 2021. He fought exclusively for Fury Fighting Championship, where he acquired a 7-1 record, including the main event of Fury Fighting Championship 72 on December 18th, 2022, where he submitted Cleveland McLean in the 2nd round to win the promotion's flyweight title. Why do I say that? Because when he won that vacant flyweight title, that was his last fight before leaving to the UFC. Let's talk about his record real quick. He started off his career with 2 straight wins, beating Tony Keesfield and Chase Etham, both by KOs. Fury Fighting Championship 52 and 54, respectively, October 17, 2021, and November 21st of 2021, back-to-back months, right? This is of note because he took a 3rd fight, so 3 fights in 3 months, and he ended up losing that one. That was his last loss before the UFC. He got rear naked choked by Devin Jackson, December 19th of 2021. All 3 of these fights were in Houston, Texas. Okay? Then he has a comeback fight against Francisco Obando. TKO punches, Fury Fighting Championship 57, February 11th of 2022. He wins in round 1. The previous fights ended in round 2. Then he takes on UFC veteran, just kidding. I was thinking of his brother, Abel Trujillo, but Angelo Trujillo, KO head kick, Fury Fighting Championship 60, April 24th, 2022, very first round in Houston, Texas. He goes on to complete a submission calf slicer against Mario Suazo, Fury Fighting Championship 62, May 15th of 2022, second round in Castle Rock, Colorado, 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Then he finishes Paris Moran, TKO punches, Fury Fighting Championship 67, August 14th of 2022, second round, Houston, Texas, 36 seconds. And he gets his title shot. He gets his title shot against Cleveland McLean, submits him in round 2, Fury Fighting Championship 72, December 18th of 2022, and he won the vacant Fury Fighting Championship Flyweight Championship. Okay? This was his last fight before the UFC. Now, before his debut, he was scheduled to face Kevin Borges on August 8th of 2023 at Dana White's Contender Series 57. He was pulled from the fight in order to face Zhalgas Zhumagulov at UFC on ABC 5, June 24th of 2023. He won the fight by split decision. And then he goes on to face Kevin Borges, the very same fighter that he was supposed to fight on the Contender Series before getting into the UFC. He beats him by unanimous decision at UFC 295, November 11th, 2023, in New York City, New York. Then he takes on Felipe Bunes. TKO punches UFC Fight Night Ankle Eye versus Walker 2, January 13th of 2024, in Las Vegas, and wins in round 2, 4 minutes and 31 seconds. He then has the second setback of his career against Charles Johnson, a very game UFC Flyweight with great striking and a fantastic cardio gas tank. UFC on ESPN Namajunas versus Cortez, July 13th of 2024. He loses in round 3 in Denver, Colorado, 20 seconds. And then he goes on the 4-fight win streak that we see that he's on now. Edgar Chairez, unanimous decision at UFC 306 on September 14th of 2024 in Las Vegas. Cody Durden, unanimous decision, UFC 310, December 7th of 2024, also in Las Vegas. And Ray Saruya, unanimous decision, UFC 313, March 8th of 2025 in Las Vegas, which takes us to this past Saturday. Coming in as a damn near minus 700 favorite against Bruno Gustavo da Silva. Beats him by TKO in round 3 at UFC 316 on June 7th of 2025. 4 minutes and 1 second in Newark, New Jersey. Yes, Joshuavan picks up the biggest win of his UFC career. He outlasts Silva, hitting him with a barrage of punches to have the referee call it quits. Van gets the TKO win. And yeah, it was a nice one. Go back and watch that finish. Joshuavan deserves it, and that's why he's my fighter spotlight of the week. Shout out to Joshuavan and shout out to his team. He deserves it.